Now we have the total count of employees, the total salaries, and the averages. But now I'm curious about what would be the highest salary and the lowest salaries in each of these departments and the overall minimum and maximum. So we see we have some functions in Excel that can help us achieve that. Let me put another heading over here as max salary. I select this, copy, and paste it down here. Make this bold. I would like to know the maximum salaries of this lot. Let's say the overall maximum salary. Now looking at this, it's a small table over here with just 25 records. So we know that this is the highest salary over here, and that's 126. But what if you are dealing with hundreds of records? It would really be difficult to scroll through that many records and try to identify which one is it. So we have a function in Excel as in max, and what does it do? Returns the largest value in a set of values. Ignores logical values and text, that's fine. So we select this entire range of annual salaries and close the bracket. So the highest annual salary is 126 overall. But now I would also like to know what would be the highest salary among those under payroll. So this time the max function may not help, and we do not have a max if function, but we have max ifs function. Now in max ifs, we can still give a single criteria as well as we can also give multiple criterias. So let's try this out. Max ifs. Now what is the max range that I'm looking for? I want to take a max from this range. That's the annual salaries. I select this. I would like to lock the rows over here. So either I can just select them and hit the F4 once. Now you see the row as well as the columns are locked. I hit F4 again, only the rows are locked. So that's fine. Or either I could have manually entered the dollars over there. Comma, criteria range 1. What is the criteria? This is my, okay, first it's the range that it's asking for. And what is the criteria? It is payroll. What is payroll? It's an engagement type. So I select the entire engagement type as the criteria range. Again, I lock the rows. I hit F4 twice and the rows are locked. Had I hit the F4 thrice, the third time, then the columns would have been locked, only the columns. So now it needs the criteria. I click on this. I don't need to lock this because I'll be copying the formula down over here, and that's fine. Close the bracket. We have just given one criteria and that's absolutely perfect. And that's it. For those under payroll, the highest salary would be 126,000. Wow, now that's exactly same as this. Why? Well, the person who's drawing the highest salary is already on payroll and not a contractual employee. And hence, it's matching here. Now what about those under contract? I'll just copy this and paste it down over here. Or I recommend you to try it by yourself manually. That's using the maxif function. Select the range and then the contract. So 85,200 is the highest salary for those under contract. So we have 85,000 over here, 200 here. That's the highest, right? So we have another one on contract, that's 76, and then 67, 69, 74, 62,000. And then we have 64, 67,200 and 67. So that's the highest that we have. And this function is doing its job. Well, anytime when you use the function for the first time in a given data set, I personally recommend to cross-verify it manually if possible, as much possible. Now, this is a very limited data set that we have. So manually verifying was quite easy. At times it might be difficult. So you might want to make use of filters as well, which we'll discuss later. So we have this. Further, I would also like to make use of another criteria, that is marketing IT, which is the department type. Now, based on department wise, I need to find out the maximum salaries. Then again, this person drawing the highest salary belongs to marketing department. So definitely it will be the same as the overall highest. But let's put our functions in place. So we put equals max ifs. I hit a tab and select it. Now the max range, I need to select this range. Now this time I'm copying the formula to the right, so I'll lock the dollar that for the columns. I hit the F4 thrice, comma, criteria range 1. Now what is the criteria range? It's for departments. So I select the entire column of departments. Again, hit the F4 thrice, 3 times that is, and then comma and put the criteria. Select the criteria and close the bracket. Well, we knew that, but let's check for the rest of them. I hit Ctrl R and we have this further. Okay, but in your case, for those who are new to this function, please try manually entering this again and again so that you get a good grip on this function of how this works. So we have this. Now another set, I need the highest salaries or the maximum salary based on marketing, but under payroll, then again marketing under contract. So we'll use the same function again, that is max ifs. And this time we have 2 criteria. So first thing, max range. What do you want to take a maximum value from? The average salaries. So we select that. Now I'll be copying the formula to the right as well as down. So this time I'll lock the row as well as the column for the ranges. Any ranges that I'm selecting, I will lock the row as well as column reference this time. Criteria range 1. So we can give the engagement type as a criteria range or the marketing as well first. It does not matter. The sequence does not matter, but you need to ensure that you're mapping the right criteria range and the criteria. So I'll select department as the criteria range 1. I'll lock the reference for this range. And then I'll select the criteria, which is the department. Now I'll be copying this formula down, so I need to put a dollar before the number 2, which is a row number, comma, criteria range 2. The second range is about the engagement type. I select this engagement type and lock the reference, comma, what is the criteria? It's payroll. Since I'm copying the formula to the right, I would want the column reference to remain as it is. So I put a dollar before I as in India, the column heading. So we have given 2 criteria. Just close the bracket and hit enter. We knew the first answer, but what about the rest of them? Here we have this. And well, in case if you want to cross-verify, take a small record over here, small list from this, whichever has the lowest number. For example, support. Okay, support has 4 employees under contract and 3 under human resource. It would be quite easy for us to find out the average of these. So 3 under human resource, payroll. So where is human resource? 1. I select this. I hold down the Control key on the keyboard and then select another one, this, and the third one. The highest of the 3 is 87,600. So we can do it again for other ones as well, but it essentially means the job is well done.